Hey everybody, and welcome to another session looking at our FishTec charts. Today's a bit of an unusual one because not any new data that we're adding, we've just done a revision to a chart, and that is the Goedertrouw chart. Back in 2016, I did a massive amount of mapping with the drone, not just photographs, but actual mapping. Okay, I took photographs too, but a lot of mapping. So, as you guys all know, the number one thing to ever have on your fish farm, the best chart you'll ever get your hands on, is a FishTec Aerial HD / elevation. Those two charts together, the one is going to give you a 3D perspective like a shaded relief, but an ultra HD shaded relief, not like any other shaded relief you've ever seen before. This is ultra HD shaded relief. Anybody else that says, yeah, but we've got shaded relief too, do yourself a favor, pick something interesting when you're nice and zoomed out, put your pointer on it, your cursor, and zoom in and tell me what happens. Whatever happens there on any other shaded relief does not happen on a FishTec elevation chart, I can assure you. So anyway, what is the biggest change that has been introduced to the Goedertrouw chart? And this is it. First of all, in 2020, I went back to Goedertrouw. Because remember, in 2016, we were in the middle of the drought, and the tugela got so low, like no one had ever seen in their lives before. And I think in 2016, it went down to about 18-19%, which effectively was 100 feet down. Yes, 30 meters down, 33 meters down, which is just incredible. So it was pointless doing any contour data. And then in 2020, the water came up substantially. I think it was up to about 70%. So I thought, well, here's an opportunity. Let me get in there. Because remember, it's a very steep bank type of dam. So it has also got some flats, but not that many by comparison. There's more steep cliffs than flats. And so I did contour data. And then in 2023, the dam came all the way up to 100%. One of the locals, John, got hold of me and said, John, you better get here now, it's 100%. So I went out there, and what I thought, rather than just driving around collecting just 2D sonar, I thought, well, let me go around the whole dam in the shallows, and I did 2 passes with Ultra HF. So that's the only Ultra HF that is still on the chart. There are some flats that I want to get to, and put Amy on there and just do the flats. I'm not even going to bother with the deep water. For obvious reasons, as you guys who use my charts will know. Yes, so I went there and I collected that. So now we have a contour data, precision contour data, all the way up to 100%. This got me thinking, and that is what this video is predominantly about. Let's just run through some changes. I'm going to circle back to what this video is really about. It's called 360-degree shaded relief. I'm not the biggest fan of shaded relief because of the low resolution, but it definitely has some value, especially when you can manipulate the shadow. Some exciting stuff. Right. Let's have a look at the satellite 2020. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here to chart options, and I'm going to make it full so you can see in 2020 how low was the dam. It's about 50, close on 60, wow, nearly 60 foot down, which is still quite a bit. But if you go back, you'll see the original one now has been changed. Just Aerial HD has been changed to Aerial HD 2016. If we go back to that, you see out there, boom, all the way out to 100 feet. So in 2020, it came up 40 feet, which is quite a bit of water, you know. But guys, just the quality here. I mean, they just, you know, I'll never bash satellite because it's free to everybody. Anybody that's willing to put in the effort, hey, be my guest. Make it. Or if you don't know how to do it, then you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay someone like me, or you're going to have to pay the thief. No, I retract that. Still is what I said, but anyway. But this is what is really cool. The photographs that you will see is of when the dam was at this level, the 71%. Now, those of you who have been using the Goedertrouw chart will know there was a little bit of a confusion between when were these photographs taken and when were these photographs taken and what happened to these photographs because they're not there anymore. Not many people picked up on that. And guys, what that tells me is you guys weren't paying close attention to your charts. I am the root cause of the problem. I didn't pay attention. If I did pay attention at the time, I would have realized it, but I didn't. But I went back and I looked at the chart and I thought, okay, let me look at it because I wanted to do a video like what I'm doing now on Goedertrouw. And I went, this is going to be difficult to give a video because some data is missing. This is of the wrong time. The satellite is off to the photographs. It just wasn't working. So I thought, let me just redo the whole Goedertrouw chart. So let me be clear. There's no new data on the Goedertrouw. I can't call it update. I'm going to call it a revision. It's a revision of the data we had, but it's well worth it. And you guys, I know it's a pain in the butt. I'd love you to be able to just log on and update your charts without sending them backwards and forwards. But because of a few bad apples, that is not going to happen. You have to send me the card and I will have to update it. Guys, while I'm talking about that, some guys are saying we're not happy with this card, we're not happy with that card, and then I change it and I get a really good card and I put out, no, we don't like that card either, whatnot. Guys, in my last video, I mentioned it. If you're not happy with the cards we are putting the data on, please, go and buy whatever card you feel comfortable with, anything up to a 32 gigabyte, and send that card with your old, let's say Goedertrouw, whatever, any chart, any FishTec chart, send it back and we will use your card, your memory card that you prefer, and we'll put it on there for you. If you've got a valid FishTec subscription, which comes with every chart over 1,000 Rand, it would be valid if you bought that chart within the last 12 months. If not, you can either just pay 1,000 Rand and get a 12-month subscription, or just buy another chart, which comes with a free subscription. Entirely up to you. And then we will put that on there for you. If your card is, now we're starting to get on in years, if you bought one of our early charts 4 or 5 years ago, I know the charts, the SD cards according to the manufacturer say 10 years. But guys, I wouldn't take the chance. Get hold of Colleen, pay the 150 Rand and have it changed. Put it on a brand new card. Tip of the day. Right, back to 2020 screenshots and satellite imagery. I think the satellite is a little bit off, guys. This satellite is off. It's definitely off, and it's the closest one I could find to 50 feet, because I can tell you in 2020, if you look at the photograph, let's go back to the photograph. You see, you can see water directly underneath us, and then there's the thick bush. Yo, guys, lifting, you guys that are fishing Goedertrouw, that fish the slightly deeper water like this in these big trees, I don't know how you get those fish out of there. Yo, that is some serious bush. Those, yo. But you see, you guys that are fishing now are fishing right up there. You see up on the top right hand side of your screen, That's where you guys are all fishing. But pay close attention to the transition areas up in those shallow areas. Pay close attention to that. So yeah, this satellite is definitely off. I would say it is 10 feet off, 50 feet. In fact, you know what? I actually remember what was the depth correction I had to make when I did the update. It was 48 feet. So yeah, this satellite is 12 feet off, but it's the closest one that I could get. Right, now, this is the one that I wanted to show you. Last night, those of you who are on Facebook saw that I dropped a video with the new technology FishTec, we are claiming is 360-degree shaded relief. And let's have a little peekaboo at that. This is the area that I used last night, but it's a good area to show how the 360-degree 360-degree shaded relief works. There's it, Shadow Max on our Ultra HF. Now watch this. If we go shaded east, remember, shaded relief is all about giving you a 3D feel for the area that you are fishing. You'll see some areas. Let's stay focused on this one area here. It's a very good fishing spot, by the way. I don't have too much experience on Goedertrouw, but this area I do know. And I've had some real fun here. Not when it was super low and I was mapping, because the crocodiles all circled me here, and there was a whole heap of them. I don't trust those oaks. Anyway, can you see how the contours show you quite easily, you know, what's a channel or a washaway or whatever, okay? It shows it nicely. So if you got your shaded relief and it only came from one direction, and just by chance this is the area that you are fishing and it came from that direction, because remember, the sea is no problem. Put shaded relief from one direction, like my mate Eric Anderson from Seymour. They don't have to put shaded relief from different directions. It's the sea. It's essentially flat with a very gradual drop off. Okay, there are canyons and what have you, but they're such big canyons. It doesn't, once you get to a certain level, there's the canyons. But they don't need it like what a dam needs it. And why does a dam or a reservoir or a lake need it? Because it's essentially a circle, yes, with little jagged coves and whatnot. But you need your shadow in this bay. The shaded relief is going to look fantastic, but then in this one it doesn't look so great. Look what happens. We go from east. I can work with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's go up to another one. Let's go to north. How does north look? Yeah, you can still work with that. You've lost a lot of your shadow. Let's see what west looks like. There's a lot of shadow. Okay, that's probably the one I'd like to use. I would like to use that. I want to maximize the shadow to get that real 3D effect. If we go from south, oh dear, chart options, photo overlay full. There, that is not good at all. It actually looks the other way around if you think about it. It looks like it's a hump. Can you see what has happened? So let's say by chance the shadow comes from the south for your chart that you've bought, and you go to this part of the dam and you go, I don't know, is that a hump? Is it a dip? I don't know. And that is where this awesomeness comes in, where you just change it to there. Now that's as clear as day. You can see it's a shaded west. You can see where the light's coming from. It's coming from the west. It's shining this way, and you've got these lovely little drop-off shadows. Lovely stuff. Shaded north, that's pretty much washed out. You see, it's basically the light's coming straight, because remember, it's all about shadows. So it's as if the light's coming straight from the north onto the south. Doesn't give you too much. These are massive big washaways, by the way. So little ones you've got no chance of seeing. There's one more east. Come see, come ça. But for me, that's the one I want to use. In this spot, I would change to shaded west. So what else have we got in this area? Let's see what our aerial HD looks like here. Yeah, this is where we got cut off in 2016. There was just too much. It was the crocodiles were just everywhere here. It was just thick with bloody crocodiles, and I don't want one of those like hopping inside my boat. No, thank you. Let's see, we have a couple of photographs here. Let's see what this looks like. Oh yes, yeah, guys, you can get a feel for that. Eh? That's a long ways down. Hey, there are hundreds of photographs on this chart. Hundreds, absolutely hundreds. This bank, I don't think these were so great because we were looking in, this was taken from the water, looking straight into the sun. Not so great. Let's see, Holiday Inn, how does this look? Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that type of information there. Right now, you're going to be fishing right up the top here. Right up the top. While we're here, I want to show you something incredible. This you guys are going to love. I spotted it the other day. You got to watch out for, there's panoramic imagery and then there's ELI, which is your eye level imagery. Now I want to show you one. Yeah, this is it here. Okay, you can see on the aerial HD, you can see this is a massive drop off. This is 100 feet from the shoreline where the water is now currently. Up here by the trees, you see the shoreline on the left there? The water is all the way down to 100 feet. That's a long ways down, okay? But watch what happens if you roll up here, okay? And you tap on this GB123. If you have a ghost trolling motor, this is only for the guys that have a ghost. You press go to. What's going to happen is, it's going to ask you, do you want to engage your trolling motor to take you to this waypoint? And you've got to say yes, and your trolling motor is going to go there and spot lock. If your trolling motor isn't doing that, get hold of John Minnie from Lawrence, South Africa, and ask him how to change what happens at your destination of a waypoint. And you can either tell it to just carry on, turn the motor off and just drift, or get to the waypoint and spot lock on the waypoint. In this case, you want to spot lock on the waypoint. Then you switch to the image. This is what I'm talking about, eye level imagery. What I did here, I worked out with my drone that the water was 100 feet down. Okay? Plus I added another 5.5 feet for your average fisherman. No, it was 6 feet. I made it 106. Yeah, I remember now. There was also a little bit of the boat, whatever. Now you're standing on the bow of your boat with your rod in your hand, and you're looking at Goedertrouw Dam. Because remember that water is not that clean, eh? And you look out this way towards the shore. All you're going to see are those trees at the top there, and then dirty water. But if you've got a FishTec chart and you've got your ghost on spot lock, you're going to open your panoramic image like what I've done now, and you're going to scroll around the image and you're going to go, ha, I want to target those rocks or that break or this little ledge drop off here perfectly. Alternatively, you've got forward facing sonar, scan it with your forward, see what's camping out here. See if there's any movement, and where are they? How are they relating? And what type of fish are they? Remember that little video that I shared from the weekend from old DC, from old Connolly? They were talking about it. Watch out for the, what did he call it? The worms, the gummy worms. If you want to see what bass look like on live 2D sonar below you, like we always had for many years, or now on forward-facing sonar behavior, watch out for the gummy bears, the gummy worms, the gummy worms. And you'll see their movement. Maybe some of you guys that have got the live scope can, or active target can confirm or deny that if I'm talking rubbish, but that's what I remember seeing too. So yeah, don't forget about these type of images, but guys, don't get on the water and try and work all this stuff out. Don't do that. Do all this type of planning before you go to the dam. I just want to show you one more photograph when the dam was so low, which was absolutely stunning. Hey, why are you not? There we go. Look at that. Look how low the dam was. Hey, just look at that. This is when it was down at about 19%. Look at Holiday Inn in the distance there, with the big flats next to it. That's why it's such a classic spot. Got those steep cliffs and big flats next to it. That's just your ultimate golden triangle right there. Anyway, guys, sorry, this video's got way longer than what I expected. I'd like to show you some other videos. I think I do have some videos. So have a look at this one up here, or have a look at this one over here. Those are taken from some time ago, and see how it goes. Yeah, and most importantly, guys, any charts, whatever chart you want, please get hold of Colleen. I'll put her details in the description. Get hold of her, arrange your update, or buy a new chart, whatever, and I will see you guys in the next video.